Alright girls. Put that there, just some. It is, I think it's 3rd of January today. This is going to be like a group of small clips for what we did through January, because we won't be caught up by the end of January. There's the old man. I'll bring this string. I got it. We've got a bit of cow work on today. Recently we have just separated the heifers, so the heifers now are in there. We'll have a quick look at those in just a tick, but we're going to have all the cows through today. They're going to have Ivermectin Super, which is a wormer, I believe, so they're going to get wormed. It also does biting lice as well, and then in a few weeks time we'll give them a dose of spot on as well for the other type of lice. Charlie and Keithy are back. Keithy's gone off hedge cutting. Me and Charlie are going to be in with the cattle. I'm going to have a go at doing the bolus. We're going to give them all a bolus, which is, I'll show you what it looks like, and basically it's got to be stuffed down into their belly. It sits in the belly and it releases minerals. These are mineral boluses. Last year we were giving them buckets with minerals in, and the buckets were just, well, they were just demolishing them within 3 days, and these are big buckets, they're expensive, and not every cow is getting its you know, its worth out the bucket. So this way every cow gets its full dose of minerals, and it's released slowly throughout the year, and there's no getting away from it. Every cow gets it. So yesterday we ran the all the store cattle through. You know, there was heifers and steers in there. So what we did, I think they've had wormer or spotter. I think they've had wormer, so everything's been wormed. Farmer did the bulls yesterday as well, but these are the young heifers. These are all the steers. There's a couple of females in there that just don't look nice enough to warrant even looking at. So everything in here we will run through in a pen, in a, you know, it could be, depends, whenever the farmer wants to do it really. But we'll run everything into a pen. We'll probably do it in here, you know, we just dot the ones we want to keep. There'll be a few in here, like, you know, there's nothing wrong with these white face ones. They're plenty good enough. We'll have 16 or 17, maybe even 18. There's a few stabilizers in here, like this one, look. They're all females. So we'll be picking some out for the future herd progress as well. The rest of them then will go back over there. The 17 or 18, they'll go up to another shed that we got free elsewhere. Then this shed will be free for when cows start calving, which is going to be in possibly 2 weeks time. We should probably see one in about a couple of weeks time, I'd have thought. I hope you've been enjoying Matt's drilling videos. You've got to remember, I was new to all that, so if it sounds like I'm a right newbie at that, it's because I was never done it before. So yeah, and it went really well. There was only one box, and I'm sure I would have showed you. If I haven't shown you, I'll show you now. There was one box up at Alice's where I picked the drill up too early, which is a bit of a shame, but never mind. Right, it ain't much of a day, but it doesn't matter. We're in it, we're doing it now. I'll show you my job. My job's to get the cows up and into the race. Farmer's doing the bolus, so I'm gonna have a go later on. So we'll just make sure we get these up and in the crush. The older ones ain't too much bother. Some of them can be a bit of a pain. I keep them loaded with cattle. Come on, go. These rubbing marks here, just a telltale sign that they're starting to itch. Come on, go. Now some of these will be heavy, pregnant, so we don't, you know, if we don't have to put our hands through, we won't. Charlie's got the this fluke. It's what was it?
It's
Ivermectin Plus. There's fluke and worms. Go on, go. And lice as well. Go on, go. Some of them meant easy. How much goes in then, Charlie? 12 mil under the skin.
Yeah. I'm just looking at her because I reckon she might be a good farmer.
That's it. And I'll just show you what the farmer is doing in just a second. I'll just get another one loaded up, ready to go. I ain't going to show you too much of this, just what the jobs are. Go on, go. But the store cattle around the back, they have pour on. Go on, go. That's what it looks like.
Come on. Open the gate, Dad.
I'll go. Let me get that gate.
And you're going like that, mate. Right, that's the trigger. They just fit in your gun like that.
Fires it out, does it?
Yeah. I'll keep one in there.
Yeah.
And then because that won't come out, the second one.
Right.
So just keep one. Then down the throat.
Yeah.
You don't want to put too much pressure on.
What's in these? What did you say was in them? Iodine?
Yeah.
And minerals.
Packet, mate. It's minerals.
Yeah.
Minerals, I think, with extra iodine.
Yeah.
Something like that.
They always make this funny face.
Yeah, mate.
All on the back.
Right, I'll let that up there for you to freeze so you can see. Copper in there, look, iodine,
It says it here as well.
cobalt, selenium. I've got to go and get some more in. 1 second. Oh, bloody. Come on, girl. Come on. They don't all go easy. Here she is. Hey girl, how we doing? It's our little favourite, 544. Come on, girl. Here she comes. Come on. She won't be in Calv. I'll bet you £1 million.
Don't like her, that means
Go on.
you can get rid of her.
All the favourites don't do well, do they? Probably a reason for that. Go on, girl.
Gonna make that needle hurt.
We're just up the end of Collins field here. Just got a tractor on. Got that old cultivator up here. Farmer mended the tyres for me, and yeah, so come ploughing match next year, it's just basically going to be there if I want to use it, or if somebody else wants to use it with the old tractors. It's just another tool to use. It was laid in the side of the hedge. Just needed a couple of punctures mended on it. Farmer done that, and but now ploughing match is only a couple of fields over, so when it comes to it, we'll be all right. Hang on, I need to do on that one. But just looking at this wheat field, this is a late drilled one. This was drilled with a combi. Charlie pulled it up late. A bit of water laid on it now. It's come a bit of rain, but we were just saying, you know, it doesn't feel like it's been a huge amount of rain, but there's now water laid on top of everything. You know, the rivers are all out the banks, and a bit of a nightmare really. It's a shame because everything looks so well, but yeah, this was a late drilled one. I think this will be all right. You know, you can, if you look up the drill rows there, I'm sure you can see it there. It's all right. But the ones out the side here, I'll show you. They look fantastic. But look at that. This field does look well. The one next door, the big one next door, that looks really well. Even the ploughing match field, that was horrendous. You all see how bad that came up. That's green all over. Surprising actually, but yeah, look at that. Not bad. All the wheat looks pretty good, apart from the stuff we planted over at Mick's farm. What we suspect wireworms got to it. There's some thin patches, shows up clear as day, you know, real thin patches. Nothing you can do now. It's all done and dusted. It won't come back. Those fields are wheat grass, and they suffer from a bit of wireworm, so that's just the way it is on that one. But the wheat up here looking fantastic. Beautiful day. It is a beautiful day. Now, I couldn't tell you if there's much black grass in it. Farmer and Keithy do this thing where they just look across a field and they can see it. I ain't got the eye for it yet. Right, so this is 302. She's the one that did the splits the other day. Got this, I think the old man made it actually. It's just a special sling. You have to tie each end in just in case she falls out front or back. But yesterday she wouldn't put any weight at all on her legs yesterday, so she's actually, we've let the pressure off a little bit. Just stand her up for 10 minutes, let the blood flow back into her legs a little bit, and she's been trying to get up, so hopefully, you know, she's lost a bit of condition. You can see her ribs. That we have been feeding and watering her in here. It's important to get her onto a bit of muck in the shed, just for a bit of grip if she does want to try and get up. But she's looking, you know, she's looking pretty healthy. She wants to try. She's trying to get up. Yesterday we got her up on her feet, and we'll probably do the same tomorrow morning. And the old man said he's seen them come back from this plenty of time, so we'll see how she does. Yesterday she wasn't looking quite so well as she is today, so that's an improvement. But she is losing a bit of condition, so we want to try and get her back on her feet as soon as possible, really. And she will be in calf as well. So, but she's eating, she's pooing, she's weeing as she should. So hopefully a few more days of getting her up, she'll be back on her feet. Fingers crossed. Anyway, she stood up for a second on her own. This is a good sign, isn't it, Farmer? That's a good sign. Yeah, she's all right. Yesterday she wouldn't stand up at all. So, and the day before she weren't even trying. So, just sort of gently lowered the sling down, took it away from her. She's unsupported. She's on her own weight there. She might go down. You know, she's probably still.
A feeling back in her legs, mate.
You put some painkiller into her yesterday. Do you have to do the same?
Yeah, I'll give her some more lane, you know?
Yeah. Well, that might be helping, hasn't it? Huh? Always jokes around here.
We've got it on the morning, isn't it?
Yeah.
On the day.
But yeah, it's nice to see her actually stood up on her own weight. It's a bit odd filming with the phone, I'm afraid.
On the camera, he's going to tell Mary.
Yeah. Uh-oh, he's gone quiet now.
It's like an old dog, isn't it? Oh, yeah.
Right. Anyway, good sight here. So we're about a week away from calving now. I think we're due on the 12th, and that's Thursday next week. It's currently Saturday. Sun's just finally shown its face. Been a miserable morning. Should we just put some old hay down? This is our little calving pen setup. Farmer was telling me before they used this gate they had a right rare setup, but this gate to us, it's brand new last year. I don't know why, but you show them something new, they got to come and have a look and get in the way. This is our little calving setup, and it works pretty well. You can have a cow that side, cow this side. You poke the red in here. Farmer said, you know, it works very well for what he needs. But we let the cows in here, just they're going to put a bit of muck down. We'll put some more straw in, fresh straw, and it just gets a bit of grip underfoot. Otherwise they start slipping around, especially when we got them in the clamp. There is a tiny scrap of hay in the feed thing now. Look at them fighting like they ain't got no food. Got 6 bales of hay outside. Most of the time we only need 1 claps, so this will have the gate will come round, cow will come in, stick its head in here, this will come up against it, you claps its head, pull the string, locks them in, and if they fall down, you know, they're not going to get strangled. They can go right to the bottom and lay down. And yeah, just makes it quite easy for Farmer when he's calving. He's got the machine on them, and because you always have them, you have 4 or 5 every year, guaranteed 4 or 5. There's 118 in here. There won't be 118 to calve. I imagine there'll be about, if we come away with 100 calves, I'm Farmer's happy. There is one in here that I think is pretty close. There are 2 cows in here with calves, so you've got to be a bit careful. I reckon she's, is she? No. She's either got a calf or she's one of the first ones to calve, because she's got a bag on her. Hey, it's 544, look. Hello. Hello. It's our little friendly one. Also known as Andrew's girlfriend. Hopefully she's in calf this time. She wants to come and have a look. Look. 346. Yeah, hopefully she's in calf. Lovely cow though, she's ever so quiet. Young Andrew took a shine to her when he was working here, and then ever since we always, it's a bit of a game really, we just say that's his girlfriend. First signs of cows due to calve. Should be cows this time. Bulls went in with cows first this time instead of heifers. It should be a cow first this year. We had their foot trimmed. There was a couple in here with bad feet. If you watch Hoof GP and you see the abscesses split out, we had one of those. The guys from Morris Moo Shoes sorted that out for us, and yeah, both actually really well. Neither of them are limping anymore. One of them had a block on with a bandage on. We took that off. She's good as gold. She ain't limping at all no more. They seem to be on the mend. There's one of the calves, look. That's the little one. There's another one running around somewhere. 320. Her bag just looks like it's just starting to change. But there's one a little bit closer than that, I think. I saw one last night. I think it was 384. This is the one, I reckon. You look from the back. her bag just looks like it's just starting to fill out. I don't know. Yeah, 100%. There you go. I reckon she'll be first. This one here, horns, she got to have her horns off. That's a nasty job. We get the vet in to do it usually, just because of the bleeding that can occur. They put their head in a collapse, cheese wire comes out, and they saw it off. That's the way it comes off. Nice now, sun's out. It's been so wet. All the fields are a bit wet now. They're, you know, some of the wheat fields are underwater. It's a shame because they were looking really well. Yeah, we sort of never actually talked about it at all, but we had some serious problems last year. We couldn't really get our heads around it at first. It started straight away as well, so it was right downer. You know, you get all excited that you're about to start calving, and we're having some difficulties. We were getting a lot, it wasn't so much the calving process, we were having a lot of live calves, but we had just having so many die from pneumonia. And I don't know, the vets sort of, we had the vets here a lot last year, and they we were wondering if there was some sort of illness going through the cattle, because one shed in particular was ever so bad. We had 9 or 10 we were treating for different things, pneumonia, I think navels was one of them as well. But Christ almighty, it was a right nightmare. I think we were into the teens in animals lost for last year, so yeah, we never really talked about it. Farmer didn't want to talk about it really. You know, these animals are their lives, and you can understand that. But we're hoping, yeah, what changed it was actually where with the South Devons we were noticing that just some of the calves, they would just lay there, and you're waiting for them. You don't really ever want to intervene with the mothering process and the calf getting up and suckling by itself. You know, we try and keep it as natural as we can, but we were just noticing these calves were literally, if you didn't intervene, they would just lay there and die. We sort of, farmer changed his way of doing things a little bit. He started to, if you can tell them straight away, these lazy ones, you know, the ones that will get up within a few minutes, they're, as soon as they're out of the cow, they're up, they're shaking their head, you can tell them straight away. Whereas these lazy ones, they just weren't. They were just laying around. Farmer actually started to put colostrum straight into them about halfway through the calving season last year, and that improved things massively. And it's a bit of a, you don't really know, because we were changing so much. We stopped giving them the buckets, because at the start they were having the mineral buckets. So this time around we've just done it, we've just given them all boluses, mineral boluses with copper and iodine as well, so we don't have to put iodine in the water this time. It's already in there, it's in the tummies. The little you saw it, I just showed you. Farmer let me do a couple. He let Charlie do a couple as well. Not the easiest thing to do. Cal's shaking his head about. But we changed a few things, and it did improve things this year. If anything comes out of the cow and is a bit lazy and lethargic, farmer's going to fill his belly full of colostrum, because once we did that last year, they weren't getting infections, they weren't getting pneumonia, and there's no rhyme or reason to it. We had 6 or 7 in that shed, we have 4 or 5 in this shed, and then once you get a few more right, there was another one going down with it. There was calves dying of it. We couldn't cure them, you know, and some of them we got to them before, you know, we were quick to them before they'd even really developed their symptoms. We got to them and give them the treatment. But yeah, it was hard work anyway. So there we go. We're hoping for a better year this time. We've got a lot more pregnant cows about this time. We try and keep, farmer likes to try and keep and produce about, if we've got 100 calves about, that's where we like to be, you know, in terms of how many cattle we've got. So next year we've only got 5 heifers to come in, but the year after we'll pick out 15 for the year after. You always have culled cows, you always have older cows, and you'll have cows that obviously where you get livestock, you have dead stock, obviously that's just part of it. So yeah, but everything actually looks pretty well this time. There's a couple of older ones in here, but they do look really pretty good. We're going to have a look at the hay shed. It's going down pretty fast actually. We've got, I don't know what we've got left. meadow. These are some Timothy round bales. I didn't think we would use quite so many as we did. Can you see me? Yeah. And I think we've got about 10 to 12,000 green meadow hay back there. We've got some big bales left. We've got some round bales left. Yeah, still plenty in these sheds. What we got over here? We got some smaller big bales. So and they'll all get used before the season's out. They'll get used. We got some big bale 4-stringers. Those are some nice bales. These are all meadow hay. Got some Timothy behind that, which came out from the front of the farm there. Beautiful stuff. Still got a lot. We're just finishing up on last year's Timothy. Not Timothy. It's called a lay hay. It's like a meadow Timothy clover mix type thing. We got another barn full of straw. We just bring the straw back as and when we need it. These are some big bale straw. These are from last year actually. I don't know, the prices weren't where we thought they ought to be. There must be a bit of straw about, but they're not hurting in the barn. They're in the dry. They're covered up. This is the last of the last year's Timothy. Still coming out the day we made it. It's beautiful, lovely and green. And that's where we win really. You know, we can store this stuff 2-3 years and it still comes out like the day you made it. Some years you get rid of it all. Some years you keep a little bit of carryover, but nothing will go to waste, nothing at all. These will go out whenever they go out. Farmer will sell them. It's quite strange, the hay and straw business. All of a sudden lorries are turning up to take it away, and then you'll have quiet spells where nothing's moving, but Lynn's hay truck has been moving constantly, and that doesn't stop. That is literally all through the year. That's a constant thing going out. Linda's she must have took out, I think she took out 10 or 11,000 on that truck already. So yeah, we got under here is some of this year's lay hay. Plenty of hay about. We got some straw on the end of here, barley straw I think, on the end of there. None of that will get wasted. You know, if it's too bad, it goes under the cow's feet, goes out as muck. All these round bales on the outside here, they all get used as and when. There's no waste at all. Even some of these, I know for a fact, some of these are hay. Those 3 are hay. Take the net off, pick it up, drop it, let the outside layers come off. Cows will eat it, no problem. They love it. These are all hay. All these are hay. You look at them from the outside and you think, oh Christ, they don't look very clever. You get the outer rings off, they're as green as the day they were made inside. They've been sat on the sheets down there, down at the straw stack, holding the sheet on. But this is the stuff inside, look. This is one of the bales. That's what's inside. Nothing wrong with that, cows love that. No complaints there. Right, there we go. A little bit of an update around the farm. Things are going to get busy. Hoping to have this all buttoned up for next year. It's sort of tricky when cows are in, because you've got to get in there and with the machines and all the rest of it. So got to do it in order. Can't just lay it in one go, but we will get to it and we'll do it, and we'll have it all finished up. While we're here as well, I'll show you the bulls. Right, who's gone? So Lucas went this year. He was that big white Chevrolet. He's gone. Dazzler had to go because he had a broken member, which is a bit of a shame. Lovely bull, really nice temperament. And Conrad had gone. He was the one that was throwing those horrible calves, all heifers as well, sod's law. He had to go as well. And he was ever such a pain in the butt. We couldn't move him. You try and load him up, he just stands there freeze. You can't move him, no matter what you do to him. Rodney, which is this one, which is Dave, as we call him. Only Fools and Horses. You guys will understand that, I'm sure. We'll get the names all done up again. Ricky's in his right pen. And Tomahawk needs a new name. I'll get one done up. And then when the 2 Chevrolets come, I'll do it when the Chevrolets come. When we've got a full set of bulls, I'll change all the names around, put them above the right pens. Dave here is a stabiliser. He's quite long, isn't he? He's a grumpy little sod. He doesn't like Charlie at all. You go in there with him, he starts shaking his head and scratching the floor. Tomahawk, he's quite nice. He's a little red Angus. He's quite a nice bull. He's for our young heifers, so we get something a little bit smaller out the heifers. You don't want big calves coming out of heifers, so he's just here to go on the heifers. They should throw a nice small calf with him, but he's quite a nice young man, you know. He hasn't got a mean temperament. He's all right. And then there's Ricky here, the limousine. He's also here just to inject a bit of life into the cows, you know. Limousine, his calves always, the limousine calves, they just get up, they got some go about them. Yeah, farmer's changing the bloodline a little bit. He reckons we're a bit too far down the South Devon route now, so we're mixing it up a bit. But he's a snorty little monkey, he is. He's all right, you know. He loads well and he does all the rest of it, but he doesn't like a fuss really. He just shakes his head and snorts about. I would call him Ricky boy. Anyway, that's the bulls. Had to move the edge trimmer onto rescue 1 because I don't know what happened there. Farmer had a problem with the 6270 or something, so they've moved that onto the rescue 1. He's been doing some mental welding. Which ram was it? It's down here. This was second hand to us. Peter put some brackets on, but it's a 4-in-1 grab like this one. But we put the bracket, Pete put the brackets on. We didn't really think about it, but if you look at the angle that the plate's on, the mounting plate for the telehandler, they need to be leant over a bit, because when you actually tilt the grab, you know, tilt the bucket back, it doesn't tilt back far enough. So farmer's still going to have another go at those plates and put them back into the right angle, so when you do crowd it back, you know, you can pick something up. It doesn't quite hold what that one does, but it's the same grab. They're brilliant grabs. You can do a lot of work with them. But whoever had it before us had, oh, they must have had a ram replacement or something like that. But we were using it, opening it and closing it, and when you close it, this ram will come right out and it actually pushed the bottom end off. This is all new. Farmers, we re-welded that. It literally pushed that pin straight off the grab. Farmer had it in, he was welding little plates in here, strengthening plates and all sorts, so it's good as gold now. Then he cut the ram, took an 1/8 off the ram or something like that, welded it back on, good as gold. But yeah, whoever did it before did a right crap job. So, and it pushed the whole blooming corner off. You can see where he's been welding in here, and yeah, he's done some strengthening, and hopefully it holds and it does the job. But oh, it's a nice fix, that is. Right, that's going to do it for now.